Hello guys, welcome to another edition of Niger Street Lawyer. You that is an employer of labor, why have you not registered with the Nigerian Social Insurance Trust Fund? Is it wickedness or what? Because the amount that you pay is just 1%. And what is the Nigerian Social Insurance Trust Fund? It is an insurance trust fund established by the government by an act, whereby injured workers in the course of duty or on their way or from duty gets involved in an accident. This social insurance trust fund pays the hospital bills. That is the total amount spent on treatment the trust fund would pay. So I don't know why any employer would not take advantage of it. Beyond paying the hospital bill, this trust fund also pays, compensation for total and permanent damages. That is injuries. That is, if you had an accident in the course of duty, and there is a permanent or partial, injury to your body, to any part of your body, this scheme would pay. As a matter of fact, if you are less than 55 years old when you had this accident, they pay until you are 55 years old. And if you are 55 years old or above when you had this accident, they pay you this money for the next 2 years. And what do they pay? This scheme pays as high as 90% of your gross salary, for permanent injuries. For instance, if you permanently lose a limb in the course of your duty, and as a result of that, you are unable to walk, they pay you 90%. That is, if your salary is 100,000, they pay you 90,000 naira till you are 55 years old. And if you are already 55 years, they pay you 90,000 for the next 2 years. This is a very important scheme for every employer of labor to get on board, except, of course, you are wicked. And it's just 1%. That is 1% of the total salary, not 1% of each staff's salary. If you have 10 workers and each of them earn 100,000 and the total salary you pay them is 1 million, you pay 1% of 1 million naira. That's small money. So everyone who is an employer of labor should get involved. And mind you, if you're an employer of labor and you are not registered with the Nigerian Social Insurance Trust Fund, you cannot bid for contract. You can't bid for government contract because it is a requirement that you show that you have registered with this scheme, this trust fund, before you can. And you have not only registered, you have been paying, you have been remitting before you can actually, as a matter of fact, bid for government contracts. Like, share, ask your questions. Leave your comment in the comment section. I respond to comments. Thank you.